thumbs up if you can see the slideshow. Give me 30 seconds, I'll ask you again. I've said before I have 3 screens, and so it takes a second for all 3 to load up on this. Okay, Darlene, thumbs up. How about this one? Do you see my face and name? Perfect. Welcome to ARIIX Live, everybody. I'm excited. I'm really excited about tonight. Tonight's going to be a great call, and for a number of reasons, but we're going to get started because Dr. Ginger has a limited time tonight, and I want to make sure she has all the time that she can take. First of all, this weekend, end of summer 48-hour flash sale, my wife's favorite product out of all of our products, available September 4th and 5th. It's going to be at a price that you may not believe. So unbelievable that I didn't even put it on the screen. But honestly, this is going to be great. So if this is the product that you want to try this weekend, 48-hour special, you'll want to buy it. It's a great product. Also, as you know, in September Loyalty, which actually started on the 24th, we've got a product called Home Detox, and perfect for back to school. I spray. I've got an old dog that has lost control of his functions, and poor thing, he's probably days away from kicking it, and we're just kind of letting him make it out, and so I have to clean up a lot. And the reality is I use this exclusively to clean up, takes the odors away. This is a great product, and it takes away 99.999% of all viruses. I'm just saying. Also, what? These 2 products on Loyalty, get out of town. MOA and Vinali, both on Loyalty Shopping, 2 of our top 10 products. And we've got them on Loyalty Shopping for back to school. That's unheard of. And don't be surprised if you don't see this for a long time coming. So if you love these products and want to get them on Loyalty Shopping, now is the time. If you have not tried it, I dare you to try MOA and not love it. Just saying. Okay. And the new Elite, you heard from Dr. Ginger, all of the benefits of the new Elite, and we're going to hear from her in just a minute. Also, and I didn't have time to get this, but this is September 18th and 19th. Yes, it is digital, but yes, we are going to be there in person. If you can travel there, I'm not kidding you. The more I'm learning about this, the money that's being spent for this event, the energy that's going into it, the product launches that you're going to get there, the specials that you're going to be able to buy there, the everything that you have, all the reasons why you want to be in an event, you do not want to miss this. If you haven't bought your ticket, please go do that now. It's the Evolve event in Dallas, Fort Worth on September 18th and 19th. That's only 3 weeks away. You got to be there with us. I'm telling you, you won't want to miss it. And also, if you have not been on the Monday afternoon Success, ARIIX Success with Robert Allen, this is a tremendous call. Guests every week, tips to success. It's a great, awesome call. This last week was perfect. We had Michelle from Mexico. It was really great. Now, as I promised, Dr. Ginger, I got to you as fast as I could. I know you've got a lot of people at your house right now. You've slipped into the other room to share with us. I'm going to stop sharing. Please, chairperson, one of our top leaders, members of the Partners Council, just a beautiful lady inside and out, one of my favorite people in the world, on the planet, maybe, even to say, Dr. Ginger Decker, are you there?
I am here. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
So I am super excited to share with you information about another product, because that's what I love. I love doing this, but it's a product that you might already be familiar with, the Giving Greens. But what we do in this company is literally every 2 to 3 years, we look at products and see what have we learned, what new information is out there, what new ingredients are out there where we can upgrade. So we've just done an upgrade of the Giving Greens. Not that you could really upgrade it much more than what it is, but we actually found a couple different ways. But if you don't know about this product, I want to share with you how amazing the product already was. So I'm going to tell you what's already in it and maybe some things that you were not aware of and some kind of popular ingredients, kind of trendy ingredients that are out there that we already had the whole time. So I'll tell you about that. So Giving Greens is a greens powder. Now don't turn your nose up at that, because I promise you, it tastes delicious, purposely, because we wanted it to taste good, so much so that kids even love it. So it has greens in there, which I'm going to go over that, and some superfruits as well, but it also has stevia, cinnamon bark and coconut juice powder. So the flavor is not grass clipping flavor, I promise you, right, Rick? It's actually quite delicious. It
Oh,
has
it's
a very,
yummy.
yeah, it has a really sweet flavor. So good that if you just mix it even in water, it tastes delicious. But you can mix it in your shakes, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But one bag, this one bag here is 56 pounds of veggies. So we're supposed to get, what does the government say, 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day? Who actually gets that? Most people don't. One serving, which is 2 of these scoops, and they're not really even that big, but it's so super concentrated. One serving is 2 scoops. 2 scoops is 2 pounds of vegetables. Have you ever tried to eat 2 pounds of vegetables in one sitting? It's pretty difficult, and most people won't do that. And you have to eat more than that to get your daily allowance, right? And so this is a great way to sneak it in your shakes, in your soups, in your foods. There's so many fun ways to sneak it in. But you're getting 56 pounds of vegetables. You're getting 2 pounds with each serving. All right. So as far as if you're looking for calories and all that kind of stuff, 15 calories per serving, 3 carbs per serving. So it fits with any diet protocol, ketogenic, any of that stuff. It's very low carb, but it's very nutrient dense, loaded with super nutrition in all kinds of ways. So let's start off with some of the ingredients that are in here. Spinach, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, celery, parsley, cabbage. Are you eating a whole lot of those? Most of those are cruciferous vegetables, which most people don't eat a whole lot of. Unfortunately, cruciferous vegetables, not unfortunately, fortunately, cruciferous vegetables do a lot for us, but unfortunately, a lot of people aren't consuming them the way that they need to. So it's a super easy way to do that. Cruciferous vegetables obviously boost your immune system, and who doesn't want that right now? Cruciferous vegetables also cleanse the liver, and the liver is important, obviously, for a lot of things. A lot of people have high liver enzymes. A lot of people have liver issues. A lot of people are on medications that kind of take down their liver a notch or two. Now, don't stop taking any meds without consulting your doctor. And we're not here to treat, diagnose, or cure anything. But I'm telling you what, you give your body good foods, nutritious foods, it's amazing what it can do. So also cruciferous vegetables, because they cleanse the liver, guess what? That also indirectly, because we're all kind of connected like a spider web, positively affects the thyroid, because the thyroid can't turn your T4, I don't want to get too complicated here, but T4 into T3, which is your active thyroid hormone, without the liver. 60% of that occurs in the liver. So if your liver's congested, if you have a fatty liver, maybe whether it's from previous alcoholism or a sugar addiction, that can cause a fatty liver. Cruciferous vegetables are great at helping to cleanse and starting to repair the liver. So we've got that covered. The greens are also really good at stabilizing blood sugar. So always for anyone who's trying to lose weight, diabetic, any kind of blood sugar issues whatsoever, greens are very good at stabilizing that. These also help with elimination, and we'll talk about that in a minute, as well as absorption. Another ingredient that's in here that people, I realized recently, were not aware of is, did you know we had a whole array of superfruits, acai, goji berry, blueberry, acerola cherry, super high antioxidants. So we've got some superfruits in here as well. And in addition, we have beetroot powder. Have you heard of that before? What? Like if you have XM radio and you're driving, that's all you hear is commercials about beetroot powder. We've always had that in here, guys. But let's talk about the importance of beetroot powder and why we wanted that in here. So it's always been in here, and it's still in here in our newly revised kind of formula that we have. Beetroot powder, one of the biggest kind of popular things about it is it contains something called plant nitrates. Now, you might know that word nitrates from the bad version of it that's found in hot dogs and deli meat, right? That's bad. You don't want nitrates. So if you're buying those things, you want to look for nitrate free. Rick's covering his eyes like he just had a hot dog today or something. But beetroot powder has plant nitrates that contain certain antioxidants that turn into something very helpful called nitric oxide. Have you heard of nitric oxide? If you've ever heard a beetroot commercial, they talk about it. So nitric oxide, here's what it does. It protects the heart and the cardiovascular system. It kind of increases blood flow everywhere. So brain, heart, I'll just say it, erectile dysfunction. Like it increases blood flow everywhere. That's what it does. It also, Rick, that's not nice. Rick's pointing at his guest he's got next to him. Decreased inflammation, like all kinds of things. So nitric oxide is an antioxidant that is produced from the plant nitrates found in beetroot powder, which was already in your greens. So we already have a positive effect on your entire cardiovascular system just by getting your 2 scoops minimum of greens a day. Okay, so we've got that covered. So super high antioxidants, anti-inflammatory. The ingredients have anti-cancer properties as well. Again, we're not making claims, but you know what? We're using ingredients that have all of those properties. So we already had that covered. We also already had enzymes in here. Are you familiar with enzymes? So enzymes are something that's found on all produce naturally, but when you start cooking and processing your food, it destroys the enzymes. The enzymes are what help pre-digest the food. The enzymes help you absorb the nutrients, and the enzymes help you eliminate, if you know what I mean. So we've got to have enzymes, but if you're eating all cooked food, you're probably gonna have issues with all of those things. So I love that we have enzymes. Here's the 5 enzymes that we have in here. We have amylase. So each enzyme ends with an ASE. So whenever you see a word that ends ASE, that's an enzyme. So amylase. Amylase helps to digest carbs and starches. We have protease. Protease helps to digest proteins. We have lipase. I know you guys are like this. That helps to digest fats. We have glucoamylase, which also helps to digest the starches and carbs and help completely decompose them. And we have cellulase, which helps to digest the water-soluble fiber like pectin. You probably heard of pectin. That's a water-soluble fiber. So you've got all these enzymes that are going to help you pre-digest, absorb, and eliminate all of those, the bad things. But you need that. And if you're eating a lot of cooked food all the time, guess what? You're not getting that. So at the Healing Center I used to teach at, raw food, unprocessed food was a huge part of the protocol. You've got that going on here. All right, if that's not enough for you, I've got a couple more things that we did to really upgrade this product. So if you're not using it, you need to start using it just based on the information I've told you so far. So next, okay, so sprouted seed nutrition. We've talked about this before because we had sprouted seed nutrition, but what I wanted to see in this product is a lot more sprouted broccoli. So at the Healing Center I used to teach at, sprouts were a huge part of the protocol because sprouts in many instances have more nutrition in that little inch-tall little plant than the entire big plant. Broccoli sprouts, go do your research. Go put in PubMed and cancer, or just put broccoli sprouts and cancer in PubMed, or just search it on Google. You'll get tons of research on the value, the incredible value of broccoli sprouts. We have 3 times the amount of broccoli sprouts in the new version. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the studies. And again, we're not making claims, but I'll just tell you some of the studies on broccoli sprouts. Number 1, it has up to 100 times more of something called sulforaphane, which is an antioxidant that has super potent anti-cancer properties. So all the healing centers are utilizing sprouted broccolis in their salads and their recipes because of those innate properties that it has. Interestingly, there's other studies on how sprouted broccolis help to decrease, you've probably heard of this before, but it's the bacteria potentially connected to ulcers. It's called H. pylori. It actually decreases the amount and starts to battle against the H. pylori in your gut and in your intestine. And that's just broccoli sprouts in general. So I love, there's some studies as it relates to helping lower blood pressure, bone support. So there's so many amazing properties to sprouted broccoli. And we've got 3 times the amount in your Giving Greens. Okay, so that was one of the additions. The second addition, and these aren't big additions, but these are powerful additions, as you just discovered. The next one is we have an entire probiotic and prebiotic system that we added. So we already had some great digestive testimonials from this product because of the absorption, the elimination, all of that. But guess what? You're going to hear even more because we all need probiotics. So pro means good, biotic means bacteria, that good bacteria in your gut. We need that in our system. And if you're eating a lot of the processed foods or have for decades, you may have some intestinal issues that you know about, but you might have some that you don't know about. So we want to nip that in the bud and give you additional probiotics along with prebiotics, which is like the fertilizer or the food. So it's a system. And there's over 4 billion with a B probiotics in the new, we're calling it Giving Greens 2.0. So those are, again, they're small additions, but very powerful additions. They'll really round out what we've done here. And again, the beetroot powder, don't forget about that. Oh, I didn't even mention chlorella. We have chlorella in here, which is a famous blue-green algae for helping to pull pesticides, radiation, and different things from the body. And we use the cracked cell wall version, which makes it much more bioavailable, very easy to digest. So that's kind of it in a nutshell with our Giving Greens. Again, if you have not tried this before, and if you still think you might have an aversion to the taste, I promise you the coconut juice powder, the cinnamon bark, the stevia really makes a great flavor. But guess what you can do? You can make a shake, a chocolate shake, and just hide it in there. If you have to do that with your spouse or your kids, you can also, I love mixing it with the Pure Nourish, the Beauty Boost, and the greens for a more green, kind of mandarin orange green. And guess what, guys? The new Elite that I talked about, 2 weeks ago, the blueberry pomegranate flavor goes great with the greens as well. So there's so many different things you can do. You can make a warm green tea, now not boiling water, because when you start heating things, it destroys the enzymes first and then the water soluble nutrients. So some warm water in warm weather is starting to go away. And in Michigan here, it's like 50 at night. It's driving me crazy, but you can do a warm green tea, not a boiling green tea, but a warm green tea. You can add it to soups. You can sneak it in with your entire family so that they can get the 2 scoops equals 2 pounds of vegetables equals 4 of the US government's 7 to 9 servings a day. That's more than half of what the government says you need. Now, we all know we need way more than what the government says you need, but if you're eating healthy foods and you're getting your giving greens and your shakes and your optimals, your Mo and all of that, I'm telling you what, your body is gonna be nutrified.
Awesome. Wow.
Right back to you.
How's the note taking out there with Dr. Ginger Speed? First of all, thank you.
Play this back in slow motion.
I know we'll play it back in 5.50. A couple of things. Number one, thank you. I know you've got a bunch of people at your house.
Yeah,
you're going to be slipping away to go do that. So thank you for taking time tonight and doing that.
Oh.
Number two, how many guys are now going to start taking giving greens after Dr. Ginger's presentation?
Because I said the word.
Did you said that?
and if you missed it, the word was erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. And number three is all of my daughters who have little children, have the heart of vegetables. They all have me on my employee order giving greens. Each one of them feed their kids in a little shake in the morning with the chocolate because the kids love it. And they're getting their vegetables and don't even know it. It's so great for that. So I just a couple of points that I have, but Ginger, thank you so much. Good luck.
You're welcome.
Have a great meeting at your house tonight.
Right. I'll have to watch the rerun for the rest of it.
And we will see you in 3 weeks.
You sure will.
Absolutely.
All right, take care, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Thanks. Now, before I move on to the recognition, I want to introduce my special guest who's been sitting over here and taking the brunt of my jokes. His name is David Garcia, and he and I have known each other for
20 years.
20 plus years. Yeah, we worked together 20 plus years. And he is heading up the U.S. Latino business for all of the New Age entities, including ARIIX, Noni,
by New Age,
Shannon, Zenoa, all of the companies, Limu. So if you have connections, if you have people who you want to build and work together, we now have somebody solely, not just me who speaks like this much Spanish, but you have somebody who's not only culturally, that's his life. He is a wonderful human being and a great leader. So I wanted to introduce David and have him say hello. And then if you need to get in touch with him, you can just get in touch with me and I'll introduce you, or I'll give you his email address. But David, say hello.
Hello. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo están? It is a great honor for me to be here with you guys today, and I won't take much time, but thank you. Thank you for the invitation, Rick.
Yeah.
Looking forward to work with each of you. I hope you are looking into the Latino market in the US, Canada. It's a huge opportunity for you guys.
Huge.
Is the economy of the Latinos in US is bigger than any country in Latin America.
Okay, say that one more time.
The economy and the purchasing power of Latinos living in US and Canada is bigger than any country in Latin America. So we have in our hands an amazing opportunity, and looking forward to work with each of you, and we'll be happy to talk and discuss some plans and a strategy, how we could work together to grow this incredible market we have here.
Perfect.
So thanks so much for the invitation, Rick.
Of course, yeah, and a good man, someone I can vouch for personally. He's been a good friend for many years. Those of you who wanted to open an international market, you can do it in your own backyard. Did you hear that? It's bigger than any country in Latin America even. So I think that's a tremendous opportunity, and you have someone now who speaks the language, who's dedicated to it, and look forward to having them connect with you.
Correct.
Thank you, my friend.
Thanks so much.
Mi amigo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to put back on my my headset. Craig, can you hear me okay?
Okay, awesome. So I'm back and I'm going to share my screen, come back to the presentation, and let me go now. We are going to do our recognition, and this is the part that I love almost more than anything else on this call. So, new team lead, and let me just again say how important our new team leads are. If you're going to start your journey with ARIIX, it has to begin with team lead. There are people that come in and skip that, but you know what? It is the first step, which makes it in your journey along the way. And you heard from, you will hear from people today who have achieved higher titles, but they all would have started at the same point of team lead. So I really want to celebrate this. Anybody who's watching, I know that you're muted, but clap along with the rest of us for all of our new title advancements, especially the team lead and senior team lead. So Sonia Mixon from Texas, Lori Townsend from Alabama, Tony Wellhausen from Texas, Raymond Martinez from New York, Kayla Gassner from Alabama, Leah Vick from Arkansas, Ryan R. Pruitt from California, Barry Tubert from Georgia, Valerie Trax from Michigan, Monique White from California, Augusta Winland from Alabama, Alejandra Flores from, I should have had David say that, Minnesota, Carla Hollingsworth from Colorado, Delaney Peterson from Washington, Angela Edgemont from Michigan, Dawn Gale from Michigan, and from Canada, Krista Hestness from BC, Carol Mann from British Columbia, Marie-Claude M.C.T. Tremblay from Quebec, Anna Pauline from Quebec, and Elizabeth Drager from Manitoba. Let's hear it for our new team leads. Congratulations in your first step in the journey of ARIIX. New senior team lead, Sue Habor from Michigan, Natasha Izzo from Alabama, Sherry Ann Mengelot from California, Kimberly Wright from Virginia, Gary Duplantis from Arkansas, Kimberly Goodell from New Hampshire, Monica Sanchez from California, Brian Smith, Iowa, Christina Navarro from California, Lua Sesorvang from California, Reina Lisa Gumpal Alberto from California, Sandra Carmona Garcia from South Carolina, Maria Wombles from Alabama, Susan Horn from Utah, Charles Senior Phillips from Louisiana, and Joe Hall from Louisiana, Lenora Schmidt, Alabama, Roberta Leitchi from Mississippi, Danielle Weishadel from Wyoming, Christopher Ekman from Michigan, Kajeen Secord Bennett from Michigan, Azalea May C. Cantier from California, Donna Sigmund from Tennessee, and Chantal Bedard from Quebec, Sean Beauvais from Quebec, Marie-France Savard from Quebec, and Claire Fontaine from Quebec. Congratulations, new senior team leads. Awesome, Craig, thank you for joining me in applause, I appreciate that. New supervisors, Bedalia Albanese from California, Lara Rogers from Louisiana, Courtney Coleman from Texas, Garrett Tuggle from Arkansas, Maria de la Luz Cervantes de Leon, my favorite name of the day, California, Aaron Ziobro from Kentucky, Carolyn Townsend from Alabama, and from Canada, Tara Shepens from Ontario, Miriam Labrec from Quebec, and Sherry Lee Bentley from British Columbia. Let's hear it for our new supervisors. Congratulations. New senior supervisors, Jeanette Lucas Davis from Nebraska, Jamie Rhodes from Nebraska, Kenna Lee Haley from Texas, Cindy Hansen from Ohio, Heather Holcomb from Texas, Robbie Alberto from California, Yolanda Gangora from California, Jackie Martin, Texas, Marcus Polateri from Mississippi, Becky Wynn from Texas, Malcolm Blackburn from Missouri, Rachel Steininger from Colorado, or Steininger, Dick Amundsen from Minnesota, and Ronald D. Kraft Jr. from Arkansas, Ya Xing Cheng from British Columbia, Corinne Nezerwe from Quebec, Ava De La Cruz from British Columbia, Francine Boutet from Quebec, Pascal Turcotte from Quebec, and Tricia Budahan from British Columbia. New senior supervisors, congratulations. New managers, And I've always said manager is kind of like that next step. It's where the income starts to look pretty significant compared to primary income in most cases. And people are starting to think about, could this be and start to represent a replacement income? Manager is a very important step. Roger Frazier from Tennessee, Scott Wiltshire from Louisiana, Yuri Leahy from California, Sherry Thompson from Texas, Diane Dahl Stevens, another favorite name of the day, from Texas. Congratulations, new managers, and taking that next step in your ARIIX Junior. New senior in your journey. New senior managers. Rosemarie O'Connor from California. Way to go, Rosemarie. New senior manager. That's fantastic. Now, director is where it really starts to get cool, really starts to get interesting. And I would venture to say many people, when they hit director, are starting to consider this to be their primary income. So Sandy Lee from California, if you have not seen Sandy's Facebook and her transformation, pretty incredible. Beautiful young lady, great story, Sandy, congratulations. And new director, that's fantastic. Beverly Lambert from Alabama. And Beverly, I just don't know your story as well, so I'm sorry, but congratulations nonetheless. Way to go, new directors. Love the new rank advancements. New vice presidents. Nar only from Colorado, and all you Coloradoans need to be cheering right now. Erica Vandermeer, and building mostly in South Africa. One of the sweetest, beautiful ladies, incredible leader. So Erica, congratulations. New vice president. Now it's getting interesting. So with that, congratulations to all of our title advancements, especially, I'm going to say it again. Let's have one last applause. All of the title advancements, congratulations. Now, it's my pleasure to bring to you tonight somebody who's not very vocal most of the time. No, just kidding. Actually very vocal all the time, and seems to think that I work 24/7 every day of the week, but has become a really good friend and someone I have a deep respect for, from Colorado, and came over with the blending family of Limu and ARIIX, and is a great leader, but has a tremendous transformation story, and he's going to share it with you tonight. So please welcome my friend, and now to be yours, Craig Tomanini. Craig.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks so much, Rick, for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
And you don't work 24 hours? I thought that you did. Someone
well, I do, because you text me it.
And I'm really, really excited. I'm actually just came from the New Age office this afternoon, and my head's still kind of spinning from that adventure. But for those that don't know me, my name is Craig Tomanini, and I started with this industry about 4.5 years ago. I've been a IT engineer by trade for about 26 years in the field of software testing. I've been really blessed by that industry, been able to earn a substantial income for a lot of years. But right around the time that I found out about this, I was actually not looking for a business to start up. Although pretty entrepreneurial my whole life, I was just out of a business endeavor and, working my butt off at my job because, well, like a lot of people, I was trying to make ends meet. And so I was working, 80 to 100 hours a week on average, traveling a whole bunch, about 75% of the time. And, with all that effort, we were still struggling to pay the bills. And so as a result, I did what a lot of people do, and I started getting comfortable, and I started eating, and the traveling and the hotels and the airport food, and just not taking care of myself. And so when I found out about this, I was actually looking for a health transformation very specifically. I had gone to the doctor. I was 407 pounds at the time, my heaviest weight by far in my entire life. At 43 years old, it was just ridiculous. My blood pressure was 193 over 176. So I was just a stroke victim waiting to happen. And I went to the doctor, and she said the same thing, and I got put on blood pressure meds. And she just, she said, you need to make a lifestyle change, because if you don't, you're not going to be around for your next birthday. And at the time, I had 4 daughters and a wife, and I had an unborn son on the way. And this is part of the story where it gets difficult, because I just realized that if I didn't make a change, I wasn't going to be around. After 4 months of being on blood pressure medicine, I called up a friend of mine, because I was sick of living that way and doing what it did to me. And I went to an event and I found out some information about these products, and I was really, really focused on the Blue Frog energy drink at the time because, I needed something to motivate my big butt to go to the gym and work out and lose some weight. And that was kind of my thought when I went. And when I got there, I was surprised. I heard some amazing information about a business opportunity, but it's still really focused on the products. And I went home and told my wife about it, and she was the one who really kind of encouraged me to start, as a rep, even though I wasn't going to do it as a business, but to really be focused on the products. And I started using the products, and about a month into it, not even a month into it, I had lost 28 pounds of weight. So significant results right away. And so I knew that I was reacting to the products really well. And who shared it with me said, you should come to one of our events because you can submit your story and the company gives out prizes. And, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I said, I never win anything, but, yeah, I'll go and I'll check it out. Because along the way, over those 6 or 7 months, as I was losing the weight, people started asking me how I was doing it. And that was kind of my first realization that, even though I wasn't looking for a business, I had some friends who came along and they were looking to make some extra money and they were interested in what I was doing. So I just brought them to an event like I went to. I didn't know anything about the products really at the time. And so my wife turned around at that point right before the event and said, where's this money coming from that you keep getting in the bank? And I said, I guess this is how it works, and she, we're in debt. So she just looked at me, and I always do this for affection. I always said, go do more of that, And so I'm a good husband, I like to think. And so I went away to this event and I said, I'll just check out the people. I'll see what the people are like, see what the culture's like. And I get there, and to my surprise, they read my story from the stage, my experience story about my transformation. And I won $1,000. And I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. I won some money. I've lost 70 pounds of weight. So I'm pretty sure I remember my friend telling me that I could make some serious money doing this and maybe even cover a car payment. And so for us, being 3 months behind on our mortgage when I first started this, making some extra money really made a lot of sense. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to take a 90-day run. I'm going to commit myself to it. I'm going to work my butt off for a solid 7 hours a week, an hour a day. I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to bust my butt. And so I did it. And about 88 days in, I was actually at Rachel Steiniger, who you mentioned just in Rank Advanced. I was at her house, and the company called and said, hey, you guys have shared with enough people as a team, go pick out your black BMW. You're now at this level of 20,000 a month in volume as a business. And I'm not even really trying. And I went home and I told my wife, I said, we're going to make an extra couple $1,000s a month just by doing what I've been doing and sharing my weight loss story with people. And again, she was like, go do more. So you're right. At that point, I started getting really serious about it. And, I've lost today, and it's important to hear this, I've lost 161 pounds, and it's not a small number. But what's more significant than that is I've never gained a pound back. I had someone just today tell me from the team, they were like, you look like you're still losing weight, but it's because I'm able to actually work out and do the things that I should be doing and change my diet. And so the weight loss transformation has been incredible. I'm 48, almost 49 years old. I feel like a 30-something, and my son's 4 years old, and he's here, and I'm able to play with him and jump around and keep up with all the kids. And the thing that I really have enjoyed the most recently, though, is just that my focus has kind of shifted from, what was in it for Craig when I started with my health transformation to more being about just getting really excited about sharing with other people what's possible, whether it's the health or if it's a financial transformation you're looking for or whatever it is. I'm just excited that I'm now at a point where I can actually share what I've been through and just really hopefully encourage people that they can do it too, that it's possible. And not only, to quote Les Brown, it's not only possible, it's necessary. Brent Willis said today when we were up at New Age, he said, we should be living a cleaner life. We should be living in a way where we're eating better and that we're doing things that are more encouraging to others and that is more positive. And And that's really the message that I want to carry through the rest of 2020, because God knows we certainly need that message in 2020. As we go into next year, I just really want to be a beacon of hope, you know, and be an ambassador of hope and encouragement for people, because truly I'm just a guy in Colorado, originally from Boston, that gained a bunch of weight, and I didn't do anything special except what a friend suggested I should do. And that's, you know, that's really what I want to leave as a takeaway for people is, you know, just do what people that have encouraged you into the business, or if you're a guest and you're just looking at the business, just follow the process. The process works. I'm living proof. Gary Racer from the Limu company used to say all the time, be a product of the product. I'm a product of the product. I'm a product of the company. I'm a product of the industry. And it is my intention, like you said, you know, Rick, it's my intention to transition to this being my full-time work. I don't want to call it a job because I hate my job. I'm thankful for it, but I hate my job. I want to do this. I want to be on, you know, with a whole group of like-minded people that are positive and uplifting in my life. And I want to do the same for them in return. So that's my message as I wrap. And I just really, really blessed and appreciative for you having me on, and everything, you know, the joke of being 24 hours, truly, and I don't encourage everybody to do this because I feel special, but Rick has really done some amazing things for all of us guys. And just, if you ever get the chance, just thank him, because it's worth it. So.
Craig, thank you for being on the call tonight. What a great story. I mean, oh my gosh, just this call is going to be one that people will point to as being one of the best calls out there. Thank you so much for making it a part of that. And we have one more speaker and batting cleanup tonight, as I always say. And those of you that are not baseball fans are like, what the heck is he talking about? Not to mention, Craig, that the Braves beat the Red Sox last night.
Yeah. You know,
okay.
It's funny. I had a feeling you were going to bring that up when you mentioned the cleanup comment. So.
I just had to. I'm sorry. I'm a homer. Anyway, a CEO, just an incredible woman, an incredible leader. Again, beautiful inside and out. I had a chance to be in her home a few weeks ago, and she and her husband were such great hosts to me as I was there in town. But to close the call out tonight, please welcome Tammy Maltby. Tammy, are you there?
Hi, Rick. I'm
Hey.
here.
Hey there. Yes, you are.
I am here. Oh, Craig, thank you. I tell you, every time I hear your transformation story, I mean, it is a wow factor, big wow factor, and is so inspiring. And you are definitely a dealer in hope. Yeah. Proud of you, Craig.
Amen. Well, Tammy, share kind of why you're excited, maybe a little tip. We're kind of tight on time, but I want to give you whatever time you need. So you feel free to close out the call and whatever's on your mind.
Thanks, Rick. Well, welcome everybody tonight. What a great, encouraging call. I think that's our word for tonight is encouragement. Yeah. And Craig said it several times. And I want to remind you the core word of the word encouragement is courage. Mm-hmm. And whoever came on tonight, maybe you need a little courage. Courage to build your business. Courage to pick up that phone that can feel like 1,000 pounds sometimes. Courage to meet with someone, introduce them to the opportunity of ARIIX. Just courage to persevere. And if I could give you any encouragement in this business, let me give you a couple of things. One is that you start and end every day with people. Every single day. This business is a belly to belly, even though we do technology, even though we do all these wonderful Zooms, at the end of the day, this business is about people. It's about their lives, their stories, and their desire for transformation. And the best thing we can ever do is listen. Listen to their stories, listen to their desires, listen to their, the pain point, I call it. The pain point that all of us carry. But we have an opportunity to help someone, both a financial blessing and benefit, as well as a health benefit, as well as a pretty life-giving community. And any three of those things, I know when I'm talking to people that I can offer that up to them. So at the beginning of the day, remember this business starts and ends with people. The most important people are the people in your organizations and the people that you've yet to talk to. So, so vitally important. Number two, I want to encourage you, give you courage to persevere. I want to give you courage to keep going. Don't ever give up. You can only fail in this business if you stop. Absolutely guaranteed that is the truth. You will not fail in this business unless you stop. If you keep pressing on, keep waiting and being patient for that next opportunity. I know Dr. Fred was on Zoom a couple weeks ago on one of our Zooms we did, and he was absolutely extraordinary because he talked about that one person that we're waiting to help us build our business. And we can go through person after person after person thinking that person is never out there. Well, I guarantee you, they are out there. I am living proof. Talk about I am a product of the product. Maybe not the weight loss that Craig has, although I do joke with him that he lost more than me. I said, Craig, you lost a whole Tammy Maltby. Actually, now I think you've lost more than me.
And then some, yeah.
And then some. I was just saying to him, you know what remember that was like a monkey on your back, right? Remember it was a monkey on your back, how hard that was with all that extra weight. So one day I jumped on Craig's back just to remind him, never gain that weight back again. Anyway, we got a cute picture of that. So I just want to encourage you that you never know who's waiting. You never know who's out there. People may not have believed, well, some people that were close to me knew this too, but a lot of people did not believe that I had a financial need. And some of you know our story. We were in 2008. We had a significant crash in our economy, very similar, ladies and gentlemen, to what people are facing right now in 2020. Very similar. Thank God we have a plan B this time. But at that time we didn't. All our investments were in real estate. And so even though we had had success in some of the businesses that we had done, we had worked hard, you know, life can happen. And one phone call can change your life. And it did ours. And from that point on, we knew we needed another strategy, another plan, and enter a friend, a trusted friend. Let that also be a nugget for you. Be a trustworthy person. A trusted friend who came to me and said, you know, Tammy, I think you need to take a look at this. And so we did. 6.5 years later, we have made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. We've been able to pay off debt, get my kids through college. My son is now in medical school. I can only tell you that if someone would have not shared this with me, wow, if someone wouldn't have had the courage to say, might be for you, it might not, but I think you need to take a look, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today. I'd be out there scrambling, trying to figure out a way I'm going to make ends meet for my family of 4, my 7 grandchildren. But somebody had the courage to say, Tammy, I want you to take a look. And so I want you to remember, this business starts and ends with people. To persevere. Do not give up. Do not give up. The person that is waiting is still waiting for you to share the opportunity of hope of ARIIX. And 3, remember that you are, and I'm going to tag on to what Craig said, you are an ambassador of hope. You know, that's really what we are. We're ambassadors of hope. We have an opportunity. We have products. We have the ability. We have an amazing company, as was Craig. I was up at the New Bev offices up in Denver today with Brent Willis, our new CEO, and he casts an incredible vision. Friends, I'll tell you, where this company is going, you have the trust, you know, trust, you have hope, you have trust, and you have a plan. You have hope, trust, and a plan to get you there. We heard it all today. And so that's my encouragement to you tonight, to give you courage. Do not ever give up. We are in the people business. Someone is waiting to hear from you. And don't you ever give up. Don't you ever give in. And I believe the future is so bright. Rick.
Tammy, thank you. My gosh, guys, it's so incredible. I love that. Thank you, Craig. Tammy, thank you. Craig, thank you. What inspiring stories. Dr. Ginger for her message on giving greens. David for joining us on this call tonight, and for especially all of you who dedicate your time each week. I know time is valuable. There's a lot we could be doing. personally, business-wise, family, everything. We're getting pulled a lot of different directions, and yet you choose at 5 o'clock Mountain every Tuesday to join me and to be with me, and that means a lot. So thank you for that. Tonight was a great call. I'm going to finish it off just with a quote that I think is very, very appropriate. Another one from Maya Angelou, who's someone I have a great respect for. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. What an appropriate quote for tonight. So I stopped the recording. I'm unmuting the lines. Thanks, everybody.